Hello, you guys, and welcome to Rise and Thrive. I am Tricia Turner. This is Rise and Thrive, coming to you every Monday around 12 p.m.-ish Central Standard Time. Purpose is to bring you positivity regarding the four pillars most important in my life, which are faith, family, finances, and fitness, of course. And I have Paul Simien with me today. Paul, hello.
Hello.
Paul's jumping around on different cameras.
How's it going today?
We're doing fantastic. You guys, we're going to keep it to a minimum today. Typically, we're here to give you insight into the real estate world, which is the space that we live in. And we are going to do that today, but I want to keep it super simple because we've got a couple of events that we're going to talk about today. And doing this for 23 years, I am a broker, and I've been a broker since 2017. I've had my own brokerage. I've been involved in every big box brokerage out there. We are with Realty of America, which is a newer brokerage, national brokerage. We've been with them celebrating 2-year anniversary next month, and we're growing super, super fast. My insight into this industry is that when I see these numbers staggering, that 71% of the agents hadn't sold a home for the last 2 years, and now this year it's even more staggering, which we're at 84% right now haven't sold a home this year. That's not good. What if there were no more Zillow? What if there were no more Realtor.com? Not like they're ever going to not exist, but there are a lot of agents and consumers that rely on the data in some of these third-party resources. And in the world of real estate, where I say it to our agents all the time when we're training them, you're never going to rarely are you going to find that buyer the perfect home. If a buyer is ready to act and transact, they are on these third-party apps and more than someone looking for crack. Like, they are on it all day long, every day. And so if you're a successful real estate agent, you don't have time all day long, every day, to focus on looking at these other sources to find a home for one person. You're dealing with multiple people. What if no longer did the consumer have to go to Zillow to try to find their perfect home? What if the consumer never went to compass.com, where they're hiding listings over there? What if they didn't ever have to go there? What if they didn't go to homes.com? And we love homes.com. We believe in everything homes.com does. But what if they didn't have to go there to find their perfect home? What if they no longer had to invest 2 and 3 hours every day scouring the internet to try to find their perfect home? And they could actually resume their normal life and not be so stressed out trying to find their perfect home on the internet. Paul, do you think there's a world in which that's coming quickly to us?
For sure. With the chaos that people are trying to generate in order to keep relevance around themselves, I guess, or whatever they're doing, they're creating more chaos than necessary. And the confused mind just says no. So there is the capabilities of a homeowner or a home searcher finding their perfect home without those different resources they're using. And it's simply ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, you name it. And just like people are asking it that question, there are questions now about like relationship advice and food. They can ask it to find them the perfect home. And real estate agents should be using this, and consumers will. So when it gets to that point, it doesn't matter if you're Zillow, it doesn't matter if you're homes.com, it doesn't matter if you're realtor.com, Compass, it doesn't matter. Because if the home is on the internet anywhere, your artificial intelligence can find it.
Now, think about this, y'all. So Paul and I have been doing events for years. We love events. Before I even met Paul, which has been 5 years now, before Paul, I was doing events with my people over at EXP, and we were rolling them out every 6 weeks. So this isn't something that we just randomly do. We live and breathe events. And we go to them. We go to a lot of events because it's in the rooms where the events take place that the magic happens. That's where you hear just one thing that's going to make your business click, or you're going to think differently. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I got to go do this. Or you're going to talk to one person that's going to be such a relationship boost for you, or that one person you've been looking for, that it changes your life or your business. So we've got Top Agent Playbook this Wednesday. Paul, think about this. We've been running, and it used to be called a different name, but we got a spanking
Whoa, whoa,
somebody
whoa,
that
whoa,
has butt hurt,
whoa.
so we are not allowed to say this other word. But y'all have heard it before. It rhymes with hour. And so we renamed it Top Agent Playbook. This is our second year running it. And we run it with Amy Lampman and Maggie Castillo. And the four of us, it's free. It's a 2-hour workshop. We feed everybody too. And we kind of rotate around the city of Houston because there's such a need. Clearly, if 84% of agents aren't selling homes, there's something wrong here and no one's helping them. And that's what we do. I teach listings. Paul teaches artificial intelligence. Maggie teaches freaking how to control the chaos of the transaction and your life to sell a lot of homes. And then Amy, of course, is heavily involved in luxury and investors. That's her world that she built in building. So the four of us all teach a segment on each during the workshop. Paul, thinking back to when we first started Top Agent Playbook 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, and you've always taught artificial intelligence because that is your strength. That's what you know, and technology and all of that stuff.
Thank you.
How have things changed just since the first time you taught it to what you're about to teach this Wednesday?
The easiest way to explain that is artificial intelligence, like just working with it, it's kind of like having a full-time developer in your pocket. So the things that I used to teach in the beginning, where you really had to get super involved and train your AI to learn you and do this and do that, since then, they've evolved in a way to where you don't necessarily have to do all those um, little details. So my way of explaining now is no longer necessarily just training it; it's utilizing it. So it's evolved quite a bit, and as you all know, the word agentic is flying around left and right, and you don't have to go buy somebody's product to get agentic AI. ChatGPT does it for you, and it's called ChatGPT Work or Codex. And now I'm teaching people how to stop just communicating back and forth with your AI and actually utilizing your AI to get a lot of that work off your plate. So
You know
changed a
what's
lot.
crazy is that, okay, so we also do an annual conference, which is called Thrive, and it's Time to Thrive. And we do it every January, around the third week of January, because data shows that people that set resolutions start falling off after day 21. So we do it to help you thrive through the year. It's time to thrive. Like, forget this falling off your resolution crap. Well, our Top Agent Playbook, when I look back at our Thrive in 25, which Paul taught a whole hour-long session on artificial intelligence. Then he taught another one this past Thrive of 26. Just from this last one that he taught to what he's teaching now is like light years. Like when I think back of it, and when we were like forming all this, we were like, we're going to record an AI course, and Paul's going to do all this. And his stuff that he did, and he did do, but it's like obsolete now, because that
No.
would be like going back to I don't even think that stuff exists anymore, right?
Yeah, I had somebody actually last time we did an event, they stopped me and said, "I want to pay for your AI course. I really want to pay for it." And I responded simply, "Don't." Don't. Like, everything that's in that is, I mean, sure, the concepts are still the same, right? However, it's old. Like, there's nothing in that you would gain. And I said the only thing that you would really benefit from is joining our community, because as fast as this thing is going, if anybody is selling you a recorded artificial intelligence class, like, run. That's going to be a clear indicator that you're standing in line to purchase that book, How to Fool a Fool. I think that's how it goes, or something like
I don't know.
that. So
But I
no,
will say, though, so when he talks about our community, this is something that we do Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 9:15 on Zoom. he teaches artificial, or he goes over and trains and teaches artificial intelligence on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The agents that are in our community are light years ahead of everyone else, because it is one of those things. And I'm speaking from, like, I'm doing a testimonial, because it's one of those things where you can't just learn it one time, like, yeah, I got this, because it's changing so much. And if you're not paying attention to the right people and the right things, you're going to be misguided and you're going to get lost. I asked Paul, when we were about to get on the air with this, I asked him to share a screen, but now I'm not, because I told you guys we were going to keep it short today. And I know Paul, and if he shares his screen with y'all to give you a taste of what he's going to teach on Wednesday, he's going to go way past our time limit, because we are in a short time window today. Paul, explain to them that are paying attention right now what you're going to go over a little bit about on Top Agent Playbook during your segment that's coming up this Wednesday.
I could really show everybody really quickly.
I'm not letting them, y'all. Y'all going to have to just show up.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. Unless you can do it in 2 minutes or less.
In 2 minutes or less? It's honestly just telling your ChatGPT work what to do. And anybody that's watching this can just go ahead and try it out. This is something super simple. It's nothing complicated at all. It's
you got 2 minutes, Paul.
I got 2 minutes. All right. So this is my ChatGPT. You have 2 different versions. If y'all have the app downloaded on your computer, you have the chat version, to where you're talking to it, and you have the work version. This is your not agentic. This is your agentic AI that does things for you. So I know this is a tidbit for real estate agents. This may seem like a lot, but this is very simple. If you have a client that is currently searching for a home, a very complicated home, and you know that there's listings on Zillow, there's listings on Compass's websites, there's listings on all kinds of websites that people fall in down the rabbit hole to go find, you can just do this. You can use your MLS, but no, you're not going to see all the listings, because people are choosing to hide stuff. If you just go into your ChatGPT, you click on work, and then you hit this microphone. Hey, I have a client that's really interested in purchasing a 2-story home, 4-bed, 2.5 bath, anywhere from 2,300 to 2,600 square feet. They're wanting a phenomenal backyard patio with a very, very nice pool. And they don't want any basic pool. They want an extravagant pool, something luxurious. They are also wanting a big backyard. They're wanting the master bedroom downstairs, all the remaining bedrooms upstairs. They're needing a game room, a TV room, and an office. And I don't know. Let's see, an island kitchen with a beautiful backsplash, and they're wanting it to be in the Katy area. It doesn't necessarily matter the zip code, but they're wanting Katy, and their price they want to stay under is 600,000. I need for you to go search all websites, anything and everything that you could find being a credible website, whether it's Zillow, Compass, the MLS, you name it, anything that you believe to be a credible website. I need for you to do that research and provide me with your 5 top choices that I could then send to my client, that they can make a decision on what we find for them. And you just hit go. And big tidbit, I paused in the middle of saying all that because I'm thinking, right? But I did that on purpose, because I want y'all to understand, whenever you're doing the talk to text, it doesn't matter if you space out and then you're just thinking, you can pause. It's not recording your voice, it's recording the text that you're putting in there. So don't worry about pausing, you can do that. And from here, what this is going to do, it's literally going to search the entire internet. Once it gets going, you'll see like little tabs pop up right here. Also, you'll see the browser will open and you can look at it, you can watch it, or you could just set it and forget it. And then this is going to pull up all those listings and it's going to rank the top 5. And you can click them and you can see which ones you want to send to your client. That's it.
And I'm going to stop sharing. You're going to show more detail about that on Wednesday, because there were some things, you guys, that he didn't go over all the way purposely. So you have to show up on Wednesday to see, like, how do I do this without it doing that? And what I didn't get the results that I was looking because I didn't do that kind of stuff. Yes, Paul?
That is absolutely nothing. If that is amazing, then be prepared to have your mind blown. That is something so simple that anybody and everybody can and will do. So if you're a real estate agent and you're really you have a very unique client and you've been spending hours on trying to find that home. Oh, look, I'll share the screen again.
Okay, real quick, because you're making us gotta go.
That it's starting to open up the sites. All right, you can stop sharing now.
Again, and let me guess, you guys, I'm just going to leave it at this and then we'll end. If I'm a consumer and I don't feel like going and spending my life on Zillow and all these other things, I can do exactly what he just did. So the goal is for you to learn listings, how to be a real estate agent that masters listings, so that when the consumer goes to their AI agent and asks for these homes that are perfect for them, it's your listings that show up and you get the sale. And we're going to teach you about that also on Wednesday, because I teach listings. Paul, where do they go to get tickets to this free workshop on Wednesday?
It is called thetopagentplaybook.com. Thetopagentplaybook.com. We'll see you there. Bring your laptops, your notebooks, and your brains fully charged.
Yeah, and we'll be in the Tomball-ish area at a really cool restaurant. So the food's going to be fantastic. You're going to hear from the 4 of us. It's all about listings, artificial intelligence, and everything to do with making sure that you do not end the year in that 84% that has not sold a single home. That is not the goal. You guys have an amazing Monday. We will see you Wednesday. Get your tickets at thetopagentplaybook.com. Bye, guys.
Peace.
Bye.